welcome to another game of the Master League Tournament version 2, aka the Terminator edition, killing commanders left and right. Oh my god, already seeing some commanders somewhat. Quinitz is going on least. Again, he's playing the British. VonIvan is on the austere side, and he is going close air support. By god, I did not expect this doctrine to be in this, but I guess we are. Oh god. So someone's saying game 1. So this is literally the first game of this series. Oh god, this is gonna be good. For those who don't know, I literally said VonIvan lost round 1 because I'm a dumbass and I did not see the bottom. So hopefully I can make up for this, and hopefully I'm not wrong in saying he did lose this. But yeah, accidentally misread the tournament thing, so I thought it was gone. But it's a nice surprise to see him, and it's funny because I'm casting it. But anyway, right now, 1v1, Quinitz and VonIvan versus each other, British Austere on the Ploetsky Outskirts version 2. Very interesting to see. And again, I guess this is game 1, so we could see up to 3 games possibly with these two competitors versus each other on this map. Looks like we have the Austere forces moving along the left-hand side, kind of close proximity. We saw this before. The question is, can they take out the MG? That's usually the big ticket item to neutralize, and if so, the British should be able to keep pushing all the way to VonIvan's base. Or will the MG be able to keep Quinitz's forces back? We shall see. Anyway, the assault infantry section are extremely potent close range, and hopefully you can use that to its maximum effectiveness. Unfortunately, the MG is shooting the infantry section. The infantry section's like, hey, Larry, what's currently hitting us? I have no idea. It seems like a bunch of bullets. Meanwhile, while they currently can't deal with the MG, luckily the assault infantry section do a decisive blow and push back VonIvan's grenadiers. And hopefully this infantry force he's sending on in will hopefully allow an additional squad of these guys, the additional assault infantry section, to capture the remaining territory on the far side. Meanwhile, it looks like the infantry might be looking in to push up against this MG, but MG is superseding them and preparing to block any sort of advancement on their part. But infantry section along the bottom corner might try to maneuver their way up and around. Hopefully that's the case. Wait, assault infantry section very low on health. Greyshot with the grenadiers. I don't think they use any rifle grenades because they don't have, again, battle phase 1 unlocked yet. But hey, good shots all around, at least keeping the pressure going and forcing their infantry back. But while VonIvan's forces are tied down in a bloody battle with Quinitz's men, the British forces are pushing on right, which will allow Quinitz to continue the VP bleed against VonIvan and capture additional territory against him. Grenadiers moving on in to mid though, so that might change things a little bit. Plus, and now we have 3 grenadier squads. Well, we have 2 assault infantry section and 2, well, normal infantry section. So, also, again, with Quinitz's doctrine, he does have the ability for mortars. The Achilles, aka the just, a reskinned Wolverine, but still, it's a light tank. It's a light tank destroyer variant. Fine. It's actually, I actually find it pretty good at running over infantry, but in any case, the point of the matter is the British have a lot at disposal, while VonIvan is solely relying on airstrikes and additional resource call-ins, which he could use, but I don't think that might be best to call in resources so close to the front. But we'll see. He does upgrade his assault infantry section with Thompsons, forcing very quickly the grenadiers to run away. And are these other grenadiers going to run? Yes, they will. Assault infantry section keeping up to their word of just destroying anything at close proximity with their upgraded weapons. Meanwhile, that's allowing the infantry section to back cap a lot of territory, including the VP, and also put pressure on the grenadier squad, which may need to get in the building. Looks like he will, to try to push back and keep the infantry section at bay. But yeah, grenadiers still doing pretty well, all things considered. They made it back to base, and they healed up pretty quick, so they didn't take that many losses. And again, that's not a bad plan, because if you know you're going to lose the fight, why fight the battle? Come back when you're stronger and when you can actually win and not waste resources unless there is an objective. If you have a rationale, a goal, and like a plan in order to delay the enemy, to focus the enemy's attention, then yes, sacrifice men. But if you're not going to do that and you're just going to throw men's lives away, there's no point. Honestly, you're just wasting manpower, which is very vital in this game, more so than even fuel munitions, in my opinion. But point of the matter is, infantry is falling back with a upgraded squad. Additional infantry section are holding the line, but hold on. Do you have battle phase 1? Yes, I want to say you do. So that means a rifle grenade could have been used to hit these men in cover from an angle, but looks like he pulled back before that could happen. So good job at least seeing that there was a possible flanking opportunity, and you didn't want to waste any men, so you pulled back. Assault infantry section now are advancing, and they do have a British mortar to provide some fire support. Pushing the Grenadiers back, which have been upgraded themselves. Panzer Grenadiers are now being deployed, hopefully to counteract a lot of those assault infantry section and their damage dealing abilities for close range troops. Right now, assault infantry section pushing along those Grenadiers. It's going to be a close battle, but yeah, Grenadiers going to lose that. And VonIvan, realizing the situation, says, you have fun. I'm going to head back to base and get some medic squads to heal my men. But yeah, map control wise, VonIvan on point across the board, doing very well at controlling not only a lot of the VPs, but also getting a lot of resources, which for a doctrine that literally his main objective is getting as many munition points as possible so you can call in airstrikes, not a bad idea. Anyway, assault infantry section now going to easily push them back, drive them home. Vickers coming up to the front, Grenadiers capturing the fuel on the right at the very least, but again has to worry about this threat. And yeah, they're just charging on in, about to get veteran C1, and yeah, they'll pull back. Now, one thing to note is these also have a white phosphorus grenade, so they could not only blind, but also weaken health. So, hopefully VonIvan doesn't blob or use any sort of tactic, but luckily in these tournaments, you don't have to worry about that type of tactic for the most part. I've seen some blobs, but again, both players are good enough to where I don't suspect that of happening. Anyway, infantry section going along to flank the MG most likely to neutralize that main position and hopefully knock out that very important support equipment. Well, it looks like in the meantime, while capturing the territory, he'll make some cover, and as well as this point will cut off VonIvan's fuel and munition point. So that's kind of actually pretty important. And if you can go over here and decap this, he would knock out pretty much all of VonIvan's captured points for the most part. Oh boy. But anyway, MG set up in mid, kind of watching. And yes, Pioneers grabbing territory along with Panzer Grenadiers. Any fronts currently actively in combat? Oh, here we go. Infantry section fighting some Grenadiers, both upgraded with MG42s. VonIvan saying, I see your assault infantry section. I'm going to upgrade my own troops en masse. And yeah, that's working at least against the infantry section, forcing them back. At least back home, anyway. Let's see. That's reconnecting the territory, hopefully allowing his more forces. Unfortunately, with the Vickers kind of going in this building, that's going to be a problem. Rifle grenade fires, and hopefully another one? No, he doesn't have the munitions for it. He's just going to focus fire on that with all of his men. This is currently out of position, being in no cover, so MG might have some issues, but it looks like there's enough fire in multiple directions that most likely, yeah, this MG is going to either die in the building or need to retreat. And luckily, he retreats in the nick of time and pulls back. Meanwhile, assault infantry section are fighting on the right-hand side. Wait, grenade being thrown? White phosphorus specifically. And yeah, he's just losing health slowly but surely. Weakening him down and forcing him back. Really good play, all things considered. Now we have more assault infantry section. Pioneers taking a lot of losses, and he's going to die. Oh, damn it. VonIvan losing a very important unit. Even though he did lose that Pioneer squad, he does have the Luftwaffe as disposal, currently dropping down fuel supplies in order for him to rush some armor out a lot quicker. Again, that does cost resources, but it's 50 free fuel, which if used correctly, and we'll see if he can get Battle Phase 2, he could rush an Ostwind, or he could rush a Panzer IV far quicker than even Quinitz can deploy in armored car, which it looks like he's gearing up for that. Although it looks like right now he's getting a 6-pounder, so I don't know if he's delaying his actions because he fears that armor push, or he's delaying it just because he feels like, okay, on this map, maybe I'll get the armor car as a backup, but maybe things have changed to the point where he's not getting a 2-2-2. Maybe that could be it. We'll see. VonIvan, remember when I said about blobs? Screw it. VonIvan has a blob. Calling you out, man. Anyway, engineers in the building, not going to do all that much. Mortar does quite a bit, bringing down the health of a lot of units right there. By the way, if you guys want to see rank, that is currently in the stat sheet. So hit brackets, and you can currently see everyone's rank on there as well. Alright, so explanation brackets. Anyway, infantry section buying cover, trying to hold back that large group of infantry. he's going to need some assault infantry section to deal with that. And by God, he has that. Unfortunately, Quinitz does not have grenades because he has not unlocked them yet. But he does have the option for white. He does have the option for white phosphorus. Something just got hit. Unsure what. But something got hit somewhere else on the map. Assault infantry section being focus fired. Can the Grenadiers kill the unit? VonIvan, unfortunately, might be unable to do so. Panzer Grenadiers can't finish him off. Oh, here we go. The mortar got killed. That's what. Anyway, Panzer Grenadiers have to fight assault infantry section and normal infantry section. Going to be a heck of a fight, but they're going to hold. Bundle grenade being thrown and gets a nice hit, causing some friendly fire damage, but it does not matter. Assault infantry section hanging back to base with a lick of health left. Very low across all things considered. And the enemy, yeah, both sides took heavy losses in that fight. Not losing any infantry section or Panzer Grenadiers or Grenadiers per se, in terms of the overall unit, but they did lose a hell of a lot of models, which is going to impact both of them. Specifically VonIvan, as he's not looking great on his manpower, where Quinitz has at least a little more, where he can at least have enough to heal his men and still have a tiny bit on reserve. But the big thing is VonIvan did do something a little better. He did upgrade a battle phase 2, which if he can deploy the tier 3 building out sooner than later, he could get some really, really powerful armor out. And all that's literally delaying him is manpower. As I said before, manpower is very, very critical in this game. So if he can get the Sport Armor Corps up and then wait another 2 minutes, he'll have a Panzer IV up. But right now, he can deploy not only a Panzer IV Oswin, hell, he can go straight for the next building if he wants to. He can go straight for a Brumbar, which might not be a bad option if he can save up the resources and just up tech. Quinitz is also in a position where he could start getting some additional armor out, again, with the armored car or getting the company command post. It's really up to him. Now, again, that's really going to keep relying on VonIvan's ability to not lose manpower, which is why also we've seen him retreat so quickly. As long as he keeps the manpower in his favor, he should be fine. It looks like he's not going to try to rush for tier 4, but building, but instead go for a tier 3 building with the support armor corps. Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers trying their best to hold off the assault infantry section, but they're doing a lot of work. Now remember, Quinitz is doing a lot of really good things with that, but as just a brief reminder, oh wait, he ran through his own white phosphorus. Good job, man. All right, good job with that white phosphorus grenade. But remember, he can't use this in the future. So even though he's doing well with this tactic, this is the only time he can use this move. But I think he wants to knock out a very good player, being VonIvan, so he's like, yeah, no, I'm doing this. I need to win this. But again, it might cost him if he wins this and then has to verse, let's say, Kimbo or Orange Pest or any other player like Nagano or someone. Anyway, Panzer Grenadiers very low, but somehow managed to stick it to the infantry section and win the battle. But more infantry section coming on in saying, hey, Panzer Grenadiers, run. And yeah, Panzer Grenadiers are gonna probably, oh wait, no, he throws grenade, hold on. Yeah, probably not how he wanted to go, but he at least forced the infantry section back. But I don't think costing himself a Panzer Grenadier squad was really what he was looking forward to. Oof, that was a bit of a loss right there for him. Oh, a unit died, just not what anyone wanted. Anyway, Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers moving on in with MG still backing them up. Now we have a Panzer IV, and Quinitz, while upgrading to company command post, is still going to be a little ways off. So VonIvan has a window, an opportunity to really stick it to Quinitz and hopefully keep the pressure on him. Right now we have a triple VP cap, even though right now Quinitz has more population. He has more, I want to say more infantry. Yeah, he has, at least in my opinion, a better selection of frontline infantry on the field. So we'll see. We'll see how things play out. Right now, Grenadiers are putting pressure on the assault infantry section, using their MG42s to keep them at a distance and hopefully fight them without them using their, well, Thompsons. Anyway, MG setting on up, keeping the Grenadiers at bay. Wait, assault infantry section springing the trap, going after the Grenadiers who have gotten too close for comfort. Rifle grenade was fired. I think it did hurt this a little bit, but Grenadiers are being pushed back. Rifle grenade misses. Panzer IV though. Decisive action, getting two models with a single hit, forcing the assault infantry section back. Almost gets a kill on the one retreating. Really good play, all things considered, and pushing the British back. 6-pounder moving on up to counter, but it's ways off, and the Panzer IV can just run rampant. I don't see any mines on the table. So right now, Panzer IV just going to dominate the British infantry. Meanwhile, we have actually a small push going on in mid with the MG setting up to stop it in its tracks. But I think we might... Oh, wait, no. I think the bundle... No, not enough for a bundle grenade. Close, but no cigar. MG going in, though, to flank the Vickers machine gun, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadiers are forced back, and I think that MG... Wow, it's focusing on one unit. Oh, no, it can't hit it. Oh, he's out of position. Nice. Panzer IV now putting pressure on the Vickers, while the other MG has to retreat because of the infantry section putting pressure on it. But the 6-pounder, final... Wait, nope. Never mind. Quinitz can't get a shot in that Panzer IV, it looks like. Or at least another shot. And VonIvan, using that extra fuel and resources he's built up to not deploy another Panzer IV, while Quinitz is only able to muster one Cromwell. So right now the British are going to be lacking the armor support needed to deliver the decisive blow. Before you say it, no, that is not a Comet. It is a Cromwell. We are dealing with a Cromwell on the field right now, which in itself is not a bad tank. It's actually a pretty decent tank compared, at least versing the Panzer IV. But when you add another Panzer IV, yeah, we're going to be coming into some issue. The only saving grace I see for Quinitz is the fact that he has a 6-pounder, but then that can be interchanged with the Panzerfaust of the Grenadiers, and you're looking at some possible issues. Yeah, you might VonIvan retreat. Okay. God, these two infantry are the bane of VonIvan right now, but VonIvan does have an ability he can call in very soon, being the anti-infantry strafe, which he could try to run them over with. Panzer IV moving on in against the Cromwell. Where's that 6-pounder? It is... Oh, it is well positioned, in fact, against the Panzer IV, who now has to go behind the position of that container. Luckily, it did explode. Another bounce! Oh, my God! Cromwell might dive. He's seeing a possibility. Another bounce on the Cromwell! My God! VonIvan finally getting a bounce of his own. Finally penetrating the Cromwell. But what's this? Second Panzer IV coming on in. But, yeah, 6-pounder is still there, boys. Don't forget about it. And luckily, Panzer IV gets out of that thing's position. Can he finish off the Cromwell? No, it bounces. Now it's a last shot. Who can fire first? And the Cromwell kills the Panzer IV. Oh, that diminishes VonIvan's ability to supersede the armor with additional armor and allows the Cromwell to get up to veterancy 1. Allowing for VonIvan, well, sorry, not VonIvan, Quinitz to have more, well, men on the field for right now. Oh, boy. VonIvan's still closer to getting another armor unit. Yeah, another armored unit out sooner, so he could go for a Stug, or he could tech up and go for a heavier armored variant. Point of the matter is, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. Luckily, doing quick repairs to get the Cromwell up sooner rather than later. And I think right now VonIvan is in a position where he's lacking a lot of effective long-range AT. He could always steal the 6-pounder, but I almost guarantee Quinitz is going to keep this thing under wraps to make sure he has infantry support. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, we have assault infantry section moving on in. No mines to speak of, so they should be able to grab the territory pretty quick. Anti-infantry strafe came on in. I'm assuming they missed target because I'm not seeing any major damage. Either that or they hit the building based on that little strafe. So the MG got pushed back. Panzer Grenadiers are trying to go for the capture, but a nice mortar hit comes on in, forcing the Panzer Grenadiers back. Cromwell might get a decisive shot on the retreat. Nope, hits the container. And Grenadiers will grab the fuel. And, yeah, at the very least, Panzer Grenadiers have not lost yet. MG falling back, though. Right-hand side, assault infantry section grabbing the fuel and the VP. So VonIvan, even though he has a small lead, is about to be hit by Quinitz in terms of overall map control, putting him into a bit of a situation where there's going to be quite a bit of pressure on him. Anyway, Royal Engineers putting down a mine on the VP. Very nice job, at least delaying VonIvan's efforts. But here's the thing I like about VonIvan, is the fact, even though and again, the last match I casted with him, he had a smaller force. He used it quite effectively. So we'll have to see if this smaller infantry force can be used to counteract the larger force. Unfortunately, the mine worked like a charm, delayed the Cromwell. The Panzerfaust made the Cromwell, But they do eventually hit Stug, now in a prime position to knock out that Cromwell if he can keep putting shots on target. Come on, Stug, you can do it. Unfortunately, Grenadiers taking some losses, and by losses I mean not retreating, by God. I don't know what happened. Up, grab, okay, there goes the 1 unit's MG42. That's bad. Cromwell making it back. Something's happening. I don't know what's going on with VonIvan. Oh, he's looking at this side of the map against the Cromwell. Oh, he's diving with the Panzer IV. That's what his attention's on. That's why he lost it. He was focusing on other units, but the smoke is interfering, and the 6-pounder can. Wait, no, he's out of position. Just barely, but yeah, out of position he is. Panzer IV now in the back up. Cromwell stopping his retreat. Oh no. Stug backing on up. Cromwell trying to get the heck out of there as the Panzer IV. Oh, nice positioning. Stug trying to get out, but Cromwell finishes him off. Oh, no. Even with superior armor, Quinitz is using that Cromwell way, way better. And currently decisively taking out a lot of armor and bouncing. God damn, how many bounces are we going to get? Oh, no. Now the Panzer IV has been AT grenaded. Oh, no. Another bounce for VonIvan. My God. Cromwell gonna finish off the Panzer IV. And, yeah, there goes all the armor. My God. That large counterattack did not work out for VonIvan. Oh, Lord, no. Yeah, he lost infantry. He lost his armor. He is down significantly. Well, maybe a good rifle grenade? Well, no, that's not. It destroyed the cover at the very least. Oh my God, VonIvan. No. Well, here's the thing about VonIvan. He does not quit. As you can see, he is currently down. While some players may be like, I want to surrender or I want to move on to the next game, VonIvan's like, no. There's still a chance. It's like the guy who's like, there's only a 1% chance of victory, and someone's like, well then I'll take those odds. Yeah, he's currently fighting even when most players would say, I'm done. And he's doing what he can. Cromwell doing decisive action against the Grenadiers, forcing it back. Vickers setting on up to hold back the Panzer Grenadiers, but they may be able to get behind it. Nope, just throw a bundle grenade. Not enough to kill it, though. Oh God, now all the infantry have upgrades. I just realized, not only does this have an MG42, but they have Brens now. My God. Cromwell now having fun hunting down Panzer Grenadiers. And again, this one's just trying to capture the point. Right now, again, VonIvan still has a lead with VPs, and that's the thing I think he realizes. He's doing fine with overall VPs. But yeah, it's one of those situations. Alright, I upped the volume for the game. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, assault infantry section pushing back the Grenadiers. Easily driving them away. There's a Stug on the field now. Hopefully that will... Again, this is the last chance. This Stug holds all of VonIvan's hopes and dreams on it. I hope it succeeds, but immediately it gets hit by a 6-pounder, so that's about his luck today. Meanwhile, Pioneers being pushed back, infantry section falling back. Look at the Panzer Grenadiers. Can they get a lucky grenade on the retreat? No, he's not throwing it. Okay. Infantry section focusing on the Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadiers now as they try to focus fire. Stug taken to... Oh my God, no! Stug, run! God damn it. And, yeah, the Stug immediately died. Stug immediately died. God damn it. Cromwell will not let any armor live. It has killed so many armored vehicles. My God. Can't VonIvan have one armored vehicle? Quinitz, can't VonIvan just have one? Just one armored vehicle? Anyway, MG gets knocked out. VonIvan is down to two Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Grenadiers, and 1 Pioneer. My God. Hell of a game. Hell of a game indeed. But Cromwell's still fighting. Again, VonIvan doing what he can, but he has no AT, so this Cromwell can just run rampant on his infantry and cause additional manpower losses for him. I'm not saying he has to hide in his base, he still needs to fight, but my god, it's like, what do you do? He doesn't have the fuel to deploy anything else. I think he might just need to get a pack, but he hasn't got the building. He needs the light mechanized building. I think this may drive him to get that. Hopefully it does. If he's going to keep fighting, he needs a pack 40. He doesn't have enough for a PyroSharks. And by God, I don't think that Cromwell would allow him with PyroSharks. But, yeah. Yeah, and also we have a sniper on the field, because why the F not? Let's give him some recon as well. Let's maximize the Cromwell's efficiency. But I will say this, VonIvan still has some pretty damn good Grenadiers, and now, oh, he did get a PyroShark with a Grenadier squad. Sniper immediately shoots that Grenadier through the freaking window, saying, no PyroShark for you. Grenadier trying to push for the point. Assault infantry section, though, moving on in. Grenadiers try to come up where they can to hold back the infantry. Vickers, Sniper, Cromwell, Mortar, you name it. A hell of a lot more infantry than VonIvan can currently muster. But he's trying. He's using everything at his disposal to try to hold the enemy back. But it's simply not enough. Right now, Quinitz has a ton of resources at his disposal. Grenadier is being pushed back. Cromwell taking very little damage from all that. Vet 3 Vickers hitting the Grenadiers on retreat. VonIvan not done. And he still has not built the light mechanized. Is he saving up for a Stug? Is that what he's doing? I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something right now. Whatever the case may be, Quinitz is currently taking away more of his resources, so that's going to delay a Stug, if he's going for that, even more. I don't know what VonIvan's doing, but that being said, I normally don't know what VonIvan's doing. So, that's a fair point. I do know what Quinitz is doing. He's using his Cromwell to maximum efficiency to keep the enemy at bay. And currently keep VonIvan in his base. Now he's pushing left, but we do have infantry section on standby, which is going to see him coming and be like, hey, British Army, we currently have a force coming on in. Luckily, Flamethrower do some damage to him. And again, unfortunately, VonIvan went a doctrine that relies on munitions, and currently he's being starved of said munitions. Another Grenadier squad is now on the field. Alright. We'll see how well that does. Cromwell now moving in. Grenadier squad just hiding in the trench. Just trying to hold on for dear life. Oh no, he lost up at 3 Grenadier. Oh my god. Pioneer squad's gonna get it, and we have a strafing run coming in to hold back the infantry and make the Cromwell even back up a little bit. Luckily, VonIvan's able to grab the VP and a few pieces of territory, which will at least help out with his income a little bit. But I almost guarantee you, Quinitz is like, I've won this, right? I've turned the tide, like, right? I should have won this. Why isn't VonIvan giving up? Because VonIvan doesn't give up. There's a 1% chance of victory, and by guy's going to take it. Now, unfortunately, this Cromwell has, I think, hammer on it. I want to say he went hammer. Give me a second. Yeah, he went hammer. So he just upgraded with war speed, for those who don't know. So now it's even a faster Cromwell. So if the Stug charges forward, you're going to see VonIvan just come on in with a fast Cromwell just blitzing down. My god. Meanwhile, Grenadiers and normal Pioneers moving on in along the side, trying to capture what they can. But the Cromwell and Sniper just chilling in mid. They're laying down a lot of mines right now. And unfortunately, no minesweepers. We got the Stug. Alright, our Stug, you'll be the second Stug with all of his hopes and dreams. Oh wait, assault infantry section might kill the Vet 3. Oh, Grenadier squad, and they do. No more Vet 3 Grenadiers, boys. No more. Alright, throws bundle grenade. A little short. Does get some hits, but not enough. And now he's focusing on the other Grenadier squad. Very close. Wait, what? Oh, VonIvan left. He's done. The Vet, his hopes and dreams were probably on that Vet 3 Grenadier squad. But alas, he's like, I can't do this without it. I'm done. Okay, that was it. That's what it took. Not a bad game. I will say this. I thought it was okay, the assault infantry section will do good. And to be fair, they didn't get that many kills. At least, I mean, like, both of them combined with the infantry section. But they did work. They made VonIvan retreat. I think what really threw VonIvan in was the armor dives. That Cromwell, I don't know how. It bounced so many shots, it did so much damage, and it managed to beat so many Panzer IVs, so many Stugs, and just decisive action after decisive action. So when people say, oh, British armor, not the best, by God, this Cromwell's like, I'm sorry, what, mate? What'd you say? And yeah, really did a good blow. So let's double check the after action report and see how each player did. All right, Brits be like, what slope armor? I mean, to be fair, I mean, some of the austere armor doesn't exactly have the slope. All right, and Quinitz, let's see, 102 kills. So yeah, definitely more kills than VonIvan, but VonIvan's still doing pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, that Cromwell MVP. By God, that Cromwell's like MVP. Yeah, doing pretty well, all things considered. Now, let's see. 19 kills. Now, again, never lost it. Also, quite a bit of kills with the infantry section. VonIvan, 42 kills with Grenadiers. Grenadiers, again, they did pretty damn well. It's not like he wasn't getting kills with them. By the way, I sat down. My legs. You are such a good caster. Never watched you before. Great lobs, sir. Thank you, Zan Pakat. Oh, God. Thank you, Zan Pakuto Zero. Thank you. Anyway, good job with his infantry. I will say that VonIvan's infantry was still doing well. Unfortunately, it was just his armor that didn't exactly live up to expectations. Put in perspective, he lost 2 Panzers and 2 Stugs. So yeah, that was some heavy loss on his part, but still a good game, all things considered. Hello, everyone. This is Greyshot 117 here, bringing you game 2 of round 2 with 2 incredible players. We have Quinitz coming with a decisive armored victory against German Panzers and Stugs, delivering a clear upset because of just one armored vehicle knocking out so many armored vehicles sent on VonIvan, giving Quinitz an easy win in the first round. But will VonIvan come back with a ferocity like no other, being an American player this time rather than an austere, where Quinitz this time is the austere, coming in with the strategic reserve doctrine. So we're going to see some assault grenadiers on the front, possibly clearing the way. It seems like Quinitz is a heavy favorite of close range combat against VonIvan, but will VonIvan be able to counter that with some frontline good old riflemen? We will have to see. For those who are currently tuning on in, again, American austere Wehrmacht versus on Plotsky Outskirts version 2. This is game 2 once again. Let's get into this, shall we? Currently, Rifleman and Rechlon pushing on the right, while Quinitz is pushing on the left with his forces. Seems to be a favorite to just go right with your army and just capture what you can. VonIvan not really interjecting any sort of, again, forcing the Riflemen in to really keep them at bay. I think he's just trying to keep his men capturing territory and allow the resources to flow. Hopefully his pick is a little bit better than the pick he did before, as his last pick was a close air support, and unfortunately that was not enough to deliver him the win. So hopefully either mechanized, which, oh my God, if he only knew, that could actually be quite decisive against the assault grenadiers, as they have no Panzerfaust. Armor company, which could be decisive against the assault grenadiers, or recon support with good long range combat might help out. Grenadiers, though, get in the building, flanking the riflemen, though they will grab the VP. And now we have a 3-way fight against one rifleman squad. They'll probably win against them. Meanwhile, riflemen are capturing the other piece of territory quite quickly. Riflemen heading back to base, realizing, yeah, I'm not going to win this fight, and why the heck would I fight a fight that I'm not going to win? And VonIvan once again retreating without losing any men. Meanwhile, assault grenadiers moving on over. He only has 1 assault grenadier while backing up 2 normal grenadiers. No grenades, as far as I can tell, with the Americans just yet, so don't expect them to just blow the grenadiers out of cover. But the double riflemen are in better cover and using a lot of firepower to try to drive them back. But assault grenadiers coming in on the flank, using a little bit of sprinting action. Now the riflemen are focusing on the assault grenadiers, and unfortunately having to pull on back, realizing the situation is not in his favor. Anyway, a rifleman losing a model, but the assault grenadiers losing a few more. Riflemen pushing on in, fighting 3 infantry in one go. I think VonIvan, I don't know what he's doing. Oh, Rechlon coming on in. Might be able to beat back the assault grenadiers, but I don't think he's going to win against the normal grenadiers. And Rechlon's pulling on back, but we have more assault grenadiers coming along the side. Meanwhile, we have the Pioneer in the south grabbing the territory and quickly capturing it. Rear echelon's retreating back to base, and I would say the upset there is Quinitz with his Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers dominating the middle VP and currently going to probably capture a good chunk of territory and allow it to, you know, go back to all those resources and VP dominance to go back for him. So very good to see. Anyway, Riflemen, though, because they don't need to wait for additional men, are coming right back up to the front with quick ferocity. Probably should also mention, I know it doesn't really play too much of a factor, but it looks like VonIvan put all of his things into Riflemen to make them a little bit better, whereas we have a little bit of a mix of Panzer Grenadiers, Grenadiers, and, well, Panzerfaust with low out of range. Okay. Battle Phase 1 is yet to be produced, so again, without that thing being made, don't expect a bunch of AT grenades to go flying, not AT grenades, a bunch of Model 24 grenades to go flying at the Riflemen, at least just yet. We have a Lieutenant on the field, which makes me think VonIvan's going to go with a Stewart, which would be amazing to see, especially against a bunch of Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers. That, or we could even see, possibly, a utility car, which could be... Oh my god, we are seeing a utility car, which, again, at range, could dominate the Assault Grenadiers and even keep the normal Grenadiers at bay. So, curious to see how that comes together. Rear Echelon and Riflemen trying to go for the cutoff, trying to remove the resource income of Quinitz, which actually might work. Right now, we have a VP currently being knocked out, and the right point got it got decrewed. So if he can capture the left point, that's a huge portion of resources that will currently not go to German command, which is a huge plus in a win for VonIvan for map control wise. Riflemen getting in the building, just gonna camp the building, even though they only have 2 models currently firing at the Assault Grenadiers. They're in good cover. The Assault Grenadiers are not. So even though the Assault Grenadiers are doing better at close range, they're taking a lot more damage and slow to retreat. Grenadiers get in the building, Riflemen retreating, but the damage has already been done. The point has been decapped, and the resources have been stopped from coming in for at least a short period of time. VonIvan now grabbing mid with Riflemen and Rear Echelon. Utility car is now on the front, about to get armored skirts. This little bad boy can place mines, drop smoke, and provide a nice little MG to annoy the living daylights out of the enemy forces. Especially because the Grenadiers have to be microed to either charge or retreat based on what the utility car is currently doing or not doing. Assault Grenadiers do push back the Riflemen, but once again, showing that immediately being like, oh, okay, well, I'm not in this fight, I'm going to back off. And VonIvan immediately pulls back without losing a single model, which has got to be annoying for Quinitz. It's like, I just want to kill him, and I can't even pin him down. Speaking of which, utility car just driving all over the map. There's still territory decapped close to Quinitz's base, so that's a positive. And right now we have Echelon's going to clear up the mines, but we do have Assault Grenadiers very close by, which will probably dominate the Echelon and force them back to base very quickly. Meanwhile, infantry forces are coming on in. A 222 is on the field, and no AT right now except for AT grenades. But that is still a form of AT. He still has something, but I do recommend something a little more impactful, like a bazooka team or a T-gun, like an M1, something along those lines to really put a lot of pressure. Bazooka team is not being developed by the Lieutenant, by the way, in case anyone's asking. Assault Grenadiers in the building, putting a lot of pressure on them. More Assault Grenadiers coming on in. They do have the Model 24 grenades. Hopefully it's enough. Oh, it is. Right now, infantry is running back to base. American forces, though, capturing territory right in front of Quinitz's base. And still grabbing additional territory on the far right. So that's giving VonIvan a decent income. Rear Echelon going to cover, just trying to put shots on target. We do have a pack gun being developed by, okay, interesting enough, by Quinitz. I guess he really wants a utility car dead. 222 opening fire, but it's going to take a number of shots for utility car to fall back. VonIvan slowly making a retreat back to base. He's going to need something else to finish off that 222. What does he have at his disposal? Well, he has Riflemen on along the flank. Grenadiers trying to keep them at bay because there's 2 squads over here he needs to watch out for. No grenades at his disposal, so don't expect that to blow up the Grenadiers in that ditch. Wait, additional Grenadiers and Lieutenant coming in, forcing them back. Grenadiers upgrade with MG42 along with Assault Grenadiers, lining up a possible grenade throw. Hold on. At the very least, he's doing damage, and again, not that costly, all things considered, for the amount of grenades that are thrown. Pioneers next to the building, trying to put shots on target. Grenades being thrown, but VonIvan does pull back and dodge it. Assault Grenadiers, unfortunately, pulling on back. Nice bazooka shot hitting the utility, not utility car, the 222 while the utility car does advance. Pack gun though advancing as well. Oh, Rifleman taking a lot of heat but pushing back the Grenadiers. Assault Grenadiers on standby. We have a Stewart now on the field, but bazooka's right there, firing a shot on target. Come on, baby. Oh, he's reloading. Never mind. Hold on. Fire away. Great shot. Bazooka bringing down the 222's health to an extremely low value. Last shot misses from afar, but Lieutenant does pull back and did decap mid, so that's a nice little win. Rifleman still putting pressure on the Assault Grenadiers, holding the building, and as well, VonIvan still having his rear echelon clear the mines and grab the territory in the south, doing an excellent job, all things considered, at least beating back Quinitz men. So, what do we currently have? What could change? What could Quinitz do? Well, he's getting an MG to try to keep the Rifleman at bay, and he does still have a good chunk of frontline forces, which can definitely hamper a lot of VonIvan's men. But now we have a Stewart on the field. No, not Stuart Little. This is, I mean, it is a light tank, so yeah, you can make the joke there if you want. But Stewart on the field trying to pop those Grenadiers from afar. Pack gun trying to deliver a blow, but the nice containers keeping the line of sight a little unfortunately blocked. Rear echelon and also Rifleman behind cover, popping shots against the Assault Grenadiers, but they're just rushing on in. They have yet to be upgraded with additional model, but he needs Battle Phase 2. He's yet to get that upgrade though, still having enough resources to do exactly that. 222 now opening fire on the Rifleman. They're behind cover, so it's going to take a number of shots to break him. Actually, a lot of Quinitz forces moving along the left-hand side. Unsure why he's doing that. Maybe he's gearing up for an assault or a left hook. Whatever the case may be, VonIvan's taking full advantage of that and going on the right-hand side with utility car, Rifleman, actually equipped with bars now, so he did get that upgrade for bars. Now, did he get a grenade upgrade? No, he got the bar upgrade, so he got the weapon rack at the very least. I have been informed that, oh wait, I'm sorry, I already knew. Hold on. Rifleman pushing back the Assault Grenadiers. I'll mention that later. Stewart pushing as well. Right behind, again, needs to worry about the pack and where that's... Oh, we have double packs! Oh, no. That's going to be a hell of a left hook. Or right hook, I should say, into that Stewart. But luckily, both shots miss wildly. My God. You had one opportunity to overwhelm the Stewart, and you missed. Grenadier squad getting close to a Panzerfaust, but no cigars. Stewart opening fire. Meanwhile, infantry fighting in mid. Lieutenant... Hold on, might be in a situation to hit that Stewart. Oh no, they go for cover. Meanwhile, Riflemen are taking a point right outside Quinitz's base. Right now, VonIvan's making this a map control game priority 1 rather than killing any of the men. I mean, like, again, I can kind of see why he wants those resources bad. And if he keeps his units constantly pressuring the enemy, and as long as he keeps them alive, that's a huge win for him. But again, that's if he can keep them alive. Is the big thing. Stewart now going into mid. Grenadier squad and the 222 are there, but the Stewart's giving it everything he got. Grenadier squad trying to go in. Pack gun getting a great shot on the Stewart. Needs to back on up. Luckily, no Panzerfaust. Does get hit with another shot, but with this so little health remaining, he does pull back. Anyway, utility car still opening fire on the Assault Grenadier up to Veterancy 2, which is a nice little win right there. Rifleman putting pressure on the Pioneer squad. Grenadier is well very low. A lot of units by Quinitz very, very low. But he has a good amount of units in a nice variety, which is going to put a lot of pressure on VonIvan. But VonIvan going recon support, we've seen this before used quite effectively. Now with paratroopers coming on in, is going to give them bazookas, which would increase damage, or he's going to give them the LMGs. We shall see. Whatever the case may be, they will be a very valuable piece of infantry as long as they can be... well, if he can keep them alive. Also, again, we have a fuel point being captured, which would be double fuel and double munitions for VonIvan. Right now, Quinitz losing the game in terms of map control. Double pack, though, guarding... coming up to the front, hopefully getting a nice shot on some piece of armor. But alas, the utility car is on the far right, and the Stewart is... Where's the Stewart at? Stewart is back at base. Okay. 222 opening fire on the paratrooper right now in cover, allowing them to, well, take a lot of hits. Howitzer on the field. Again, he got that via the airdrop, which allows the paratrooper and the howitzer to be dropped onto the front line, which is a very nice change of pace. They could throw a grenade on the MG, but looks like they're going to retreat. We have a flamethrower in the building. Utility car going to try to make quick work of it. Rifleman pulling on back. along with the other squad. Utility car, I keep mixing it up. 222 currently getting repairs. Assault Grenadiers pushing on the riflemen, but they're falling on back. Lieutenant with a bar and a bazooka trying to hold the line behind heavy cover. They'll do damage, but I don't think they'll win the battle, especially without grenades. Hold on, maybe not. Stewart coming on in. Misses the shot. Lieutenant's still holding the line, but they're pulling back. One squad pulling on back. Did you just do friendly fire? Wait, utility car just bit it somewhere. Oh, they died over here to something. Maybe a Panzerfaust. Unsure what killed it. Maybe the pack guns. Looks like, yeah, I think the pack guns got it. So at least that's one light vehicle dead. Wow, okay, Stuart, you having a rough time with the Assault Grenadiers? I think you are. Okay, there we go. He got some kills finally. But, yeah, that utility car, nice little win right there for Quinitz, killing the light armor. Now, we've been seeing so many battles go on. What is the long-term plan for each of these players? Well, VonIvan has, I believe, gotten himself a major. He is. It's in development right now. Whereas Quinitz is gone with Battle Phase 2. So they're both finally getting to the next level. But Quinitz still needs to unlock the base. And, of course, VonIvan needs enough fuel to deploy something from the Major's building. So that would be a Sherman or a mortar carriage, something like that. Paratroopers still trying to take the frontline territory and the capture points. Howitzer doing quite a bit of work on the front. Assault Grenadiers pushing on in. 9 kills. Very, very nice. I love how VonIvan has a point right next to his base. Putting a lot of pressure. A lot of forces currently battling it out. Restaurant retreating while the Grenadiers as well. Riflemen backed up by a lieutenant with a bar coming on in to fight off the Assault Grenadiers. Meanwhile, 222 fighting the paratroopers again with the LMGs. Very nice to see. Nice shot. Stewart pushing back along with the howitzer, the Assault Grenadiers, forcing them back to base. And very, very good. Anyway, double Pack 40. Lined up and ready to go. Waiting for the Stewart to charge on in. But I don't think VonIvan's going to let him have the ability to. By the way, great job with the rifleman on left, capturing so much territory. VonIvan as well, capturing the right-hand side. Even though he's currently losing ever so slightly. By the way, nice howitzer hit on the 222. He now with full map control is squeezing Quinitz down. But Quinitz still has a decent army like VonIvan in the previous game, so he can easily come back and do a blow if VonIvan does make a misstep, which again can happen because we've seen VonIvan lose with the armor. But right now, like in the previous game, he's doing very well with his infantry. We can see a lot of really highly vetted units, each with a ton of kills, 13 kills respectively. Even with the best unit on Quinitz's side, it's only like 10 kills. So again, really good job by the American forces on the front, getting a lot of kills respectively. Anyway, 222 getting more repairs. Man, I feel like every time I look at this thing, it's getting repairs. Pack 40 repositioning itself. Howitzer opening fire on it, which is why that's happening. Small push on the left-hand side with Grenadiers, and Pack 40 backing it up with Grenadiers as well, grabbing the VP. Double VP, but though, will still be on VonIvan's side, which will put more pressure on Quinitz. And actually, he's pushing on in, right next to Quinitz's base. Can he get the paratrooper squad inside before the MG? Oh my god, so close. Actually, hold on, he might throw a grenade in there. Oh no, he can't. He doesn't have the resources to. But the Stewart's right there, and the paratroopers are right in the corner, which is going to put a ton of pressure. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but by God, it worked out like a charm. Good map control, ton of fuel and resources going to VonIvan, which will allow him to get out a Sherman onto the field. Now, we've seen VonIvan have the armor advantage first and throw it. Hopefully, he doesn't do this again. But if he does, Quinitz can easily go in with the sucker punch and neutralize him with a decisive counterattack. But we'll have to see what he does. Anyway, 222 opening fire on the Echelon. Rifleman as well. Wait, hold on. He's body blocking the Grenadiers. Can he get the kill? He might. They're really low. Echelon, even with the mines, we were putting on the pressure, trying to go on for the kill. Grenadiers extremely low. Veteran C3. Oh my god, barely making it back, but Bazooka Team via the Echelon does fire on the 222, forcing it back for more repairs. Guys, guess what? 222, you just thought I was going to go in action. Nope, more repairs for it. God damn. I feel like VonIvan's like, oh, that 222, yeah, you're just going to be stuck at base. You're going to be doing more repairs than the Yamato. That's where you're going to be. You're going to be stuck in the base or port, aka with the Yamato. For those who don't know, Yamato was pretty much stuck out of action for a lot of battles, for a lot of times. Oh god. Or I guess you could say that for a lot of like German battleships and whatnot. But any case, current map control is VonIvan's favor. Triple VP caps, double fuel, double munition. Looking really sweet for VonIvan. As well as I'm actually surprised we don't see some IR Pathfinders on the field, as they are pretty sweet infantry. But again, he has really great riflemen. He has got a howitzer. Right now, AT. Right now, I think the biggest issue for VonIvan is his AT capabilities, as he does have a Stuart and a Sherman. But we're about to see a Panzer IV. Now, we're about to see an upgraded Panzer IV, being the J version, but it's still a Panzer IV, and all things considered with the bazooka teams that VonIvan has, I think he still has a slight advantage, though being an upgraded Panzer IV already being deployed, I say this is the best medium tank you could probably deploy in the circumstance. Now, you could also say, well, why doesn't Quinitz save for the Tiger Ace? That seems like a way better idea. Well, he's getting only 10 fuel per turn, so he can't. He literally does not have the time to save up to get a Tiger Ace. Even if he saved up from now up until the end, he might not. Panzer IV missing the shot on the Lieutenant. Might be able to hit the Rifleman, though. Alright, good shot there. Small counterattack across the board. Grenadiers pushing against the Rifleman. But alas, so far, no casualties on the Rifleman's front. Pack gun, what the hell? Overextending by a mile, and I think he just realized that. Like, okay. Hi, Rifleman. How's it going? Panzer IV trying to stop the Rifleman from hurting the pack gun that's overextended itself quite a bit. Oh my god. Lieutenant with the bazooka team coming on the flank. 222 as well coming on over. Bazooka team hits the armor from behind. Rifleman pulling on back, very low on health. Panzer IV firing one last shot. Not able to kill it. A lot of American forces on a full retreat right now. Rifleman coming on in. Are we going to hit the 222 again? No, actually, okay. They're going to focus on the Grenadiers. Panzer IV coming on in to assist. Grenadiers, though, low enough they'll probably have to pull back, but the pack gun's at least grabbing the fuel. Wow, okay, yeah, destroy that container. Yeah, you go, Panzer IV. You destroy stuff. That's cool. Anyway, Sherman, not upgraded with anything. Upgrading with armor-piercing rounds, so at least they'll fight the Panzer IV. Major in the building, got some veterancy, at least up to Vet 1. Fighting the Panzer IV, the Sherman does take hits, bouncing most, and dishes out damage to the G version, though pack gun on standby, not set up, so doesn't even have to worry about being hit. By the way, anyone who follows, I'll give you a shout out in just a minute. Anyway, Lieutenant coming back in along with all the infantry. VonIvan coming back full swing. Hot damn. He is not giving up without a fight. And by God, Rifleman coming on in with a decisive counterattack, forcing the Assault Grenadiers on both ends to fall back. Not only that, they're backed up by bazooka teams, so that could pose a serious threat to the 222. Even the paratroopers up north are taking territory. Assault Grenadiers having to pull back. And MG is delaying some of them, but they're still pushing. Lieutenant charging full speed ahead, firing bazookas super close. 222 once again manages to head back to base. No, he does not head back to base. I spoke too soon. Decisive bazooka shot knocks him out, and VonIvan coming back with a fierce counterattack against Quinitz again. And judging by the amount of VPs on the field, holding, I think he has more VPs than last game, though I could be wrong with that. Now, again, we have more bazooka teams firing on the Panzer IV from the side. A lot of bazooka shots hitting the Panzer IV. Very low. He might keep them on the field. Can he kill the Panzer IV charging against him? Last shot. No, he's not able to finish it off. With this cluster on the base to make sure he can't retreat that way. Sherman giving chase. This could be an upset or a detriment for the Sherman. Hold on. Pack is killed by the mines. Sherman going in, smoking the pack, but the Panzer IV finishes off the Sherman. And once again, VonIvan not doing great with the dives. Oh my god, but he did kill the pack, and he did do enough damage versus Quinitz. So I hate to say it, but even though we lost the Sherman, it's not a huge loss for VonIvan. He's still doing quite a bit, all things considered. Although there's a lot of dead forces right here. Yeah. All things considered, VonIvan's not doing too bad, though it's still a loss of a Sherman. That's still a pretty hefty loss. And another throw for him. Anyway, Riflemen opening fire on the Assault Grenadiers, trying to do what they can. But alas, Assault Grenadiers might be picked off here. Paratroopers going in, trying to use their LMGs as well to pick off those forces on the retreat, but barely making it back to base. The Assault Grenadiers will live to fight another day, at least in this case. But, oh wait, hold on. Maybe not. What the hell? Killing the bunker. The Steward dives the base, hiding behind it. What the hell? This Steward is the ballsiest Steward I've seen in a while. Fighting a Panzer IV, mano-y-mano. Shell shock it. Yes, he does. He shell shocks the Panzer IV, dishing out the damage, causing a lot of issues. He might kill it. Can he do it? He does. VonIvan kills the Panzer IV in the base. Decisive win. And the pack guns are actually killing their own base. Hot damn, what a dive. Making a hell of a comeback and showing that, yes, VonIvan can dive Quinitz's base. Pack guns finally done with this Steward, trying to make his way behind the base. I don't think he will. And actually, nope, Quinitz throws in the towel before he can kill the Steward. What a dive. What a hell of a dive. But it's good job on the Steward using shell shock to knock out the Panzer IV and finish the round for a decisive win. I thought, VonIvan, that you were throwing that Steward away, but by God, what a hell. Oh, I can't even talk. It's a hell of a comeback, hell of a dive, and hell of a kill with a Steward, a light tank, neutralizing a Panzer IV. That's why we watch these games, ladies and gentlemen, for plays like that, for decisive victories like that. And now, VonIvan, coming back after Quinitz decisively kicked his ass in the first game, has shown that he is not done yet. We're going 1v1 in the next game, ladies and gentlemen. So get ready, get set, because we have another game in store for you today. But yes, good game by VonIvan with your elite infantry, aka the riflemen, paratroopers, lieutenant, etc., doing decisive action against Quinitz, who also had very good infantry. But once again, I feel like VonIvan did a very good job with his armor this time, learning from his mistakes, holding a good chunk of the territory, fighting where he needs to, keeping the fight constantly all over the map, and diving a lot of pieces, but making sure his infantry get out in one piece, allowing for some fantastic plays. So really great job, all things considered. Amazing play right there, and amazing win. But VonIvan is not done yet. Quinitz has shown that he's a fierce competitor and has beaten him at least in one occasion. Can he do it again? We shall see. Let's double check the after action report, guys. I did not expect that. I did not. VonIvan actually getting less damage than Quinitz, but more kills and a better KD. So good job there. I'm good. I may have to take a minute to clear my throat. Anyway, Rifleman, 45 kills, 7,000 damage. Very nice to see with VonIvan. Quinitz, Pack Gun, 55,000 damage. And Assault Grenadiers with 31 kills. Yeah, he did take a lot of losses, Quinitz, but he still did pretty well, all things considered. He still fought extremely valiantly against Riflemen and a lot of bars and a lot of enemy forces like paratroopers, etc. He still did pretty well, so I will give Quinitz this. I still think, though, that unfortunately, map control-wise, VonIvan had a better map control. By the way, that game acted up so much, it caused my sinuses to freak out. So, thank you everyone currently following. Anyone that follows during the course of this game, I'll reiterate at the end. But we are in the final game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it, shall we? So, hello everyone. This is Greyshot17, and I am proud to bring you a round 2, game 3 of Quinitz versus VonIvan. Quinitz did a decisive action with British forces in the first game with his Cromwell. In the second game, VonIvan did decisive action with his riflemen. So some might say Allies OP. And you might be right, but we will see if VonIvan, with the Wehrmacht's forces, in this case, Ostruppen, which you can apparently count on, hopefully, will bring him the victory. Or will the reliable infantry section lead the way to victory with their long-range rifles? We shall see in this game. Any case, whatever happens, thank you to every single one of you currently watching, and hopefully you enjoy this game series, because by God, I have enjoyed every single game from these two incredible competitors. By the way, again, British and Wehrmacht fighting on Famenville Approach. Again, awesome map. Glad to see it. That's only for game 3 games, so you know this is going to be intense. And right now, combat is initiating with VonIvan's MG in the center, or almost center, building. Unfortunately being hit by 2 separate infantry sections in cover, which unfortunately is going to throw this MG into a very bad position where they will have to fall back immediately. Oh boy. Immediately, 3 infantry section are leading the charge across the battlefield, specifically 2 in mid, 1 along the right. But Pioneers grabbing the munitions, actually a good chunk of territory along the right-hand side. We already have 3 Ostroupen on the field. Is that going to be enough to hold back the infantry section? Is going to be anyone's guess. But Vickers is also deploying. We have cover being set down across the field at hand, trying its best to make sure the infantry section can fight at maximum potential. Luckily, Ostroupen does get a model kill on the infantry section and looks like coming in on the flank, trying to, well, remove that from being effective. Anyway, infantry section currently fighting off Pioneers while the Ostroupen capture additional territory. Already, it's still neck and neck VP point-wise. MG42 lighting up the infantry section in mid, and they should be able to decisively beat that, though infantry section focusing on the MG. 1 infantry section pulling back. Vickers going in, setting on up. I guess he assumes he's going to push forward with the Ostroupen, which actually I think it might not be the best. I think dealing with that other squad is a lot better. That MG's taking a lot of damage, although he's currently fighting. I don't know how. The bullets seem to be curving themselves, but we'll see how things go. Additional Ostroupen moving on in, but the infantry section are there waiting behind a well, trying to keep the pressure going. Luckily, the infantry section's pushing on in, trying to get around the MG, which, well, had to pull back. He's now pulling back with Ostroupen coming on in and help out against the other infantry section. Oh god, that's a problem. And unfortunately, I think every part of this house has a window, so that Vickers can fire in all directions. So it's going to be a hassle for Ostroupen to deal with that, because A, they don't have the highest attack power, and B, most importantly, they don't exactly have a grenade to throw in there, like a incendiary grenade or a bundle grenade or anything like that. They do have a flamethrower with a Pioneer squad to burn the British out of that building, and it looks like that's exactly what will happen. Hold on, oh, so close. VonIvan almost gets in the building, but Quinitz keeps his forces 1 step ahead and forces the Ostroupen back. So far, in battles, Ostroupen maybe not doing the best, but map control-wise, Ostroupen, it seems like you can count on them for that. By the way, thank you for the 343 of you for watching. I only say that just because of the fact it's 343, and I'm a huge Halo fan. So anytime I see 343, I have to bring it up in some capacity. But anyway, MG getting heals, and again, one big issue I see for Quinitz is long-term viability for healing. Same thing could be said for VonIvan, though I think he might be... Nope, he's not so far putting down anything for a bunker, as in building for medics. Infantry section pushing in to grab some additional territory. It looks like he did upgrade for medics. Good idea. Meanwhile, some fighting going on the left-hand side. Infantry section in cover, though, popping shots. But I think the Ostroupen like, that's cool. You hang out over by that VP. I'm going to grab your fuel, okay? You enjoy that. Forcing the infantry section to move away from their heavy cover and allowing the Ostroupen to continue to fight in their better cover. Although Vickers coming in from behind will probably force them back, but they'll probably decap the territory in the meantime before they make a quick escape. Meanwhile, Pioneer squad's removing the cover advantage the British, well, set that cover for. Panzer Grenadiers pushing back the infantry section, and Ostroupen trying his best to hold that position, but oh my god, Panzer Grenadiers will allow him to do that. So good job there. Again, VonIvan may not be have the most powerful infantry on the field, but he is grabbing territory and doing what he can, though he's still losing VPs. Luckily, Quinitz is doing enough to keep the pressure going here and there, but now finally VonIvan can keep the pressure going. Ostroupen trying to pop shots against the infantry section, but instead are like, hey, you have fun over there. I'm going to come over here and grab your VP. So, yeah, you have fun. You have fun. Meanwhile, we have an armored car in development, so Quinitz being like, yeah, I know what you're doing, Wehrmacht player. You're going to get the 222, and I'm going to counter that with my armored car. So I'm just going to get out quickly so I can just, you know, deal with it quickly. Unfortunately, VonIvan don't play like that, and he hasn't even gotten a tier 1 building. I'm sorry, he hasn't gotten a tier 1 building yet, infantry company. So, you know, doesn't help in that regard if he doesn't even have 1 building. So, he could be solely relying on Ostroupen, which is a hell of a gamble if that's the case, because that's reducing your, without the light mechanized, you're not exactly going to get, you know, a pack or any light vehicles, or not even with the other one, you're not going to get the sniper, you're not going to get grenadiers. So we'll see. Panzer Grenadiers behind cover in the well, Pioneers getting close, burning the infantry section, and using their close-range weapons to try to beat them back. And it seems like it's doing quite a bit of damage. Although Armored Car now coming on in is going to drive a wedge in VonIvan's plans. Although there is a teller mine there. Maybe lures him in. Hold on. Come on, baby. Oh, no. He's going to retreat. If he does swing that way, it would be an insta-wipe for the Armored Car, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Wait a second. Panzer Grenadier Squad very low. Armored Car could follow up, but looks like that's not the case. We do have something coming on in. What's this? A cargo supply, which provides presents for VonIvan, which include a Pack 40, a fuel, and MG34, everything which VonIvan could wish for on his Christmas list. Armored Car getting Ostrupen with a great shot, 2 models down, but VonIvan getting exactly what he needs to counteract the Armored Car, allowing him to, I'm assuming, save resources to rush for medium armor. Which, because Quinitz went with this, do not expect a Cromwell or any Centaur or anything else soon unless he can get a large chunk of territory. Which, it looks like he might get double fuel at the very least for right now. Anything else? Unsure. But at the very least, he'll get double fuel and maybe double munitions if this position can go uncontested, you know, with a nice little push here. But anyway, MG is right now in mid. Oh, God. Every time it stops, I get worried it's going to bug splat on me. Oh, God. Anyway, infantry section upgraded with a lot of medics, so at least he's going to try to heal. Packs have, weirdly enough, not been crewed. He got the MG first. And, yeah, he said, I don't need the pack. Pfft, who needs a pack when the enemy has an armored car? I'll deal with it my own way. We'll see, but he's yet to get it. Armored car firing shots against the Ostrupen. Meanwhile, the other infantry section currently fighting Ostrupen in cover. Might have a bit of difficulty because they're in cover. Again, points being captured or recaptured across the board, while Ostrupen providing defense for the MG. Also, not Vet 5. I keep saying Vet 5. Only OKW gets that. 5-man in infantry section squads, which will definitely put the Ostrupen through some difficulty. Luckily, nice detection of the mine removes that from play with a nice bottle grenade. Good use there. Ostrupen decapping the fuel, or at least putting more pressure on the infantry section. MG as well right there. Not enough to get armor-piercing rounds, but it is there to at least hurt the armored car a little bit. Or maybe suppress the Royal Engineers, whatever he can do. But territory is currently being cut off because of the capture of this territory. So good job on Quinitz's side for capturing that and cutting off VonIvan's supply. Though, VonIvan going in with Ostrupen to capture the left VP. MG34 opening fire on the Royal Engineer squad, suppressing it. And also grabbing a good chunk of territory along the right-hand side. So VonIvan is starting to get that. Again, VonIvan still yet to grab the pack. Deciding, I don't need it. I'm fine. Who needs a pack gun? Oh, boy. Anyway, MG still firing on the infantry. Slowly getting some veterancy. Stopping the infantry section coming along the right-hand side. And again, right now, they don't have grenades, so don't expect a cheeky grenade at the retreat path. Not happening in this situation, at least for right now. MG does make a nice escape. Infantry section might try to put shots on target, but it won't be enough to kill it, so it looks like he's not going to even go for it.
Your sniper's trained.
Oh, boy. Quinitz deciding, you know what, I'm going to finish this off right. I'm going to get a sniper. And you know what, that sniper, not a bad idea, because not only is it effective against infantry, but it's good against vehicles too, especially with some special shots. And I feel like he might try to go at it in terms of trying to knock out a, trying to hit armor like a Panzer IV or something else, try to crit it, if he can get up to Vet 1. That's if. Big if. MG opening fire, and again, it is up to Vet 1, so it does increase its range. Ostrupen under heavy fire, but does manage to escape. Bottle grenade being thrown. Hold on. Just health damage. No models killed. Right now, that's going to be a big issue. Oh, wait. Pack gun recrewed. Armored car backing up saying, hello there. How's it going? Pack gun fires a shot. Misses, unfortunately. Let's see. Infantry section healing on up. Also grabbing the left-hand side with Royal Engineers and more infantry section. Right-hand side under VonIvan's control. It looks like the infantry section did knock off some territory, but VonIvan slowly getting that back up.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
And back under his control. Sniper putting pressure on the Ostrupen. That is actually... I don't know if that he realizes this, but that sniper is going to be less effective because of the fact he has Ostrupen. Simply because The sniper is more effective when the unit has less models, and the fact that the enemy has 6 models now is going to be longer for him to wear it down. It's still effective, don't get me wrong, but it's going to take a little more time. Ostrupin and Panzer Grenadiers going on the infantry section, trying to block it off. MG now has to worry about not only a flamethrower unit, but a Panzer Grenadier and Ostrupin, which is going to force him to retreat. Is he going to set up? I was going to say, don't set up. That's a bad idea. Anyway, Sniper and infantry section trying to hold back an MG, and it looks like they might be able to get a kill on that. Maybe. He's going to be very close. Nope, he'll get out of there. Wait, PyroShark's firing at the armored car, somehow managing to get behind enemy lines. I'm unsure how the hell he managed to do that, but he did. By the way, VonIvan, having enough to upgrade the Battle Phase 2, he could deploy the building, and he does have the Pioneers. Oh, I'm sorry. He does have Pioneers, so we can head back, make the building, be all set. Also, the Teller Mine is still here, so if this armored car takes a wide turn right, oof, that could be a a nasty win. Anyway, Ostwind grabbing additional territory by grabbing the fuel, but infantry section being like, we'll grab the fuel too. But that being said, Ostrupin pushing on in to stop the infantry section, backed up by an MG with armor-piercing rounds, mind you. Could be a nice little win against the infantry section if done right. Anyway, Ostrupin now fighting infantry section, but again, they're behind cover and 5-man squads. The Ostrupin, while doing fine, I don't think will win the battle. Anyway, armor-piercing rounds are now live, but still no suppression. My God! All right, he's like, fuck this. Hit the Royal Engineers. Take him down, man. Oh my God, he might lose it. It's gonna be close, and he gets the kill on the Royal Engineers. Nice little win there. Anyway, Sniper under fire from that Panzer Grenadier squad. Is he gonna lose the Sniper to Panzer Grenadiers with PyroSharks? Oh no, they do retreat. By God, that was close. Being very ballsy, but deciding, hey, I'm fine. Anyway, the tier 3 building has been created. VonIvan could deploy armor very soon, whereas Quinitz, yeah, he still needs to upgrade the company command post and then get a unit. He has the fuel for it, for getting some type of unit, but it's with the manpower issues, his current debacle. He does have a healthy amount of infantry section on the front, and keeping them, again, constantly on the front, especially if he takes some damage, might be a key issue. VonIvan could activate armor-piercing rounds, and again, wait, Teller Mine has been cleaned up? Or am I looking at the wrong area? I think the Teller Mine was cleaned up. Oh, shoot. All right. Heavy cover removed. Pack 40 repositioning. Panzer IV almost on the front. Panzer Grenadiers making its way over to help out against the armored car. Hopefully able to do something against it. All right, armored car. Been able to get 10 kills. More than the Vickers, I should say. Infantry section coming in. Hold on. Bundle grenade throwing. But no dice. And again, nice retreat path coming over to escape without being impacted by the bundle grenade all that much. Good use there. Meanwhile, left-hand side, we got MG taking territory. Wait, so yeah, Teller Mine is gone, I want to say. Damn. All right, so I guess the Rail Engineers cleared it, unless I am blind, which could be a viable excuse. Anyway, MG34 opening fire. Sniper coming in to remove it. And again, only being 4 models. Needs to get out of there quicker than, let's say, the Ostrupin would. But good cutoff by the Royal Engineers. He got some new ones with Minesweepers. Pioneer's going to beat them probably, though, especially with the Panzer IV backing him up. Charging headlong with an MG42 upgrade. And, yeah, we do have a 6-pounder on the front, but it's a little opposition, so it's going to take a little bit before it's able to really come in to fight the Panzer IV. And I say out of position because not only does it fire over the wall, but it also has to fire at the Panzer IV while it's like trying to navigate itself around the house. Like, what do you do? Where do you go? Anyway, so someone say got cleared. Makes sense. Anyway, Panzer Grenadiers taking the far right hand side with the munition point, and that would give double munitions and double fuel to VonIvan. So far, I would say the edge in terms of map control, but that might change. We're seeing a bridge infantry now being upgraded with Brens. Hold on. Something's happening. Oh, we have some mines in play. Right now, MG could be activate armor-piercing rounds. Wait, Panzer IV possibly... Oh, no. No, 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 VonIvan! No! Hits the mine, and the 6-pounder's lined up. He needs something fast to come in to save the day. Armored car going in for the dive. Armor piercing rounds activated. Might be enough with the Panzer IV to neutralize it. Hold on. It does scare off the... Wait, armored car backing on up. Panzer IV making a slow escape. Osttrooping on standby. Does he have anything else on to come on in? Pack 40 repositioning. At the very least, it is a little risky for Quinitz to dive because of the amount of control of the map that VonIvan has at this moment. Osttrooping as well coming in case the armored car does proceed to dive. He can definitely Panzerfaust. Armored car like, yes, I'll... Oh, wait, nope. Don't want to move up. And the Panzer IV does make it back to base in one piece. That could have been bad. Really bad. But Panzer IV does manage to make it back. Whew. Osttrooping, though, on standby. Sniper picking him off. Got to give credit where credit's due with 13 kills. Nothing to sneeze at right there. British infantry, by the way, ranging, I think, all in the teens. Yeah, 19 kills up to. That's pretty damn sweet. So infantry section probably doing a lot better than the Osttrooping. Oh, yeah, by a lot. So right now on the infantry department, I would say Quinitz is doing better getting kills. But map control-wise, VonIvan has been doing very well across the board. But it's still pretty even with VPs. About to, again, especially if the infantry keep pushing across the board, we're about to see almost dead even VP-wise. So again, anyone's game at this moment. With overall population still pretty close, but Quinitz still edging it out. But what we could see is Quinitz either going for another Cromwell, which paid off beautifully for him in the first game, or saving up for a Comet or a Churchill. Personally, I like the Churchill over the Comet, but I know a lot of competitive players prefer the Comet over the Churchill based on maneuverability. Point is, he could go for heavier armor if he determines that to be a more viable option, or even get a Firefly if he wants a better, like, tank destroyer or something more mobile. Wait, grenade, no, I'm sorry, we have pyrotechnics being thrown, which will call in artillery from the enemy base, allowing for artillery to come on in. Chat immediately, as soon as I say, get a Churchill, chat's like, Greyshot, are you a moron? Don't get it. And I'm like, okay, chat, I understand. I know. I'm allowed to like bad things. I know. Anyway, Panzer Grenadiers forcing the entire British line to fall back, armored car included. Grenade being thrown a bit too early for that infantry section, but I like the attempt by VonIvan. Anyway, across the field, VonIvan's grabbing territory, although artillery is currently pounding the middle position. And Quinitz deciding, you know what, I'm going with the always reliable Cromwell to help turn the tide and beat VonIvan where he stands. And to be fair, he stands in a pretty good spot right now, holding a lot of the key resources across the map and still pushing against the sniper. Hold on, Osttrooping could get the kill right now against the sniper. Very low on health. The sniper does manage to pull on back, but super close in that combat scenario to getting the kill. Anyway, a large amount of British forces in mid. Panzer IV gets hit by an ET grenade. Very nice hit across the board. Hold on, something else hit it. Was it a mine? Maybe a British mine. Armored car. Oh, another mine right on top of the previous one. Oh, pack gun as well got decrewed as well in mid, but MG stopping him from crewing it. Again, good use of the MG right there to stop us equipment from being taken. But the 6-pounder in armored cars neutralizing it. And unfortunately keeping it away from VonIvan's clutches. No AT gun for you, VonIvan. Anyway, British forces doing a decisive attack, at least decapping the territory, so that way it's also cutting off VonIvan's supply chain, cutting off a lot of key resources from the fuel, if you can grab that. Also killing the Panzer Grenadier squad. Hold on a minute. Yes, Panzer Grenadiers are down. Although he did recap the territory using armor-piercing rounds to utterly annihilate that MG. Luckily, sniper support coming on in, though. Give that man a medic. Oh my god, MG super low. Oh, holy shit! What? Panzer IV hitting the infantry, the MG on the retreat. Also, the sniper possibly in harm's way from the Panzer IV. Can he finish it off? Armored car very low. Cromwell going in for the dive. But we have Osttrooping right there, and you possibly can count on them to keep the Cromwell at bay. Panzer IV makes it back with the blitz, even though the sniper did knock out its turret. Good play. At the very least, it'll keep out the Cromwell. Oh, not Cromwell. Armored car. Ostrupen pushing on in from mid. Right now, Quinitz holding control of a lot of key pieces of territory. Can VonIvan come back? Well, he could, but the mines are going to delay him slowly but surely, and losing the Panzer Raider squad is a big blow. Even with the new Panzer IV, his army is currently at a lower overall value than Quinitz. And if he can do it, great. If he can't, it's going to be tough. Now, he is very low with that model. By God, get back to base. But it looks like Quinitz is seeing the opportunity, tries to go for the kill, but misses because of the tractor taking the shot. And yeah, Panzer IVs are on standby. Where's that 6-pounder? Double 6-pounder lying in wait near mid. That could be a big upset if the double 6-pounder can get a decisive action against the Panzer IVs. But we've seen VonIvan with more armor versus Quinitz before and losing a lot of men. And to be fair, he just lost an MG34. Another decisive blow for VonIvan. Quinitz has momentum. He has the possibility to deliver that decisive blow against VonIvan. But VonIvan, even with weaker Panzer IVs, could come in. But the 6-pounders are on standby. They're waiting for that strike. The question is, will VonIvan give him that opportunity to knock out his armor? Or will VonIvan, as crafty as he is, come up with another tactic to keep him at bay? While Ostrupen are pushing back the 6-pounders, allowing the Panzer IVs a little bit of an opportunity right here, and I don't see any mines in his near future, at least if he charges. And before you say, well, Greyshot, he should go chase, at the very least, he could kill a Vickers, would be a nice blow. He does push it back. 6-pounders repositioning themselves across the front. Ostrupen fighting off the infantry section the best they can. And at the very least, the Panzer IVs make a retreat back to safer waters, or case territory in this scenario. And the infantry section will take control of mid, while the British infantry push left. But without any support, Panzer IVs coming on in and forcing them back. Can the Panzer IVs get decisive action on the retreat? No, they both miss. God damn it. Oh my god. Panzer IVs doing what they can. But again, right now, the biggest issue is the amount of AT that currently Quinitz has. And also, to be completely honest, that sniper. And also the armored car. Like, again, it's not just the main frontline tank, the Cromwell. You also have to worry about the sniper and the armored car coming in the sides and, you know, knocking out the turret or knocking out the treads or something along those lines and crippling a Panzer IV. There's a Panzerwerfer now being developed. That's a hell of a risk and a gamble because we could see a push or die from the armored car Cromwell on the Panzerwerfer. But the Panzerwerfer could also neutralize a lot of the support equipment, which I wonder what he could be targeting. Or could neutralize a lot of the infantry section or such. Again, a lot of moves VonIvan can make and a lot of moves Quinitz can make. The only question is who can deliver a better decisive action before the other. That's what we're here to find out. Oh yeah, and that's also, thank you for mentioning that. Right now, Quinitz has no commander. He decides, you know what? I don't need a commander to beat VonIvan. I got this. That might screw him over. Let me be very clear. Or it might be a very good tactic. Who knows? At this moment, it's fine. In the future, well, that's anyone's guess. Sniper with 27 kills, just right now at a moment where with Vet 2. They're just decisively hitting those Ostrupen again and again and again. Luckily, Pioneers grabbing the territory along left. Panzer... Wait, oh my god, that's beating a dead horse. They managed to take the Panzer Shrek. Luckily, 6-pounder missed. Hold on! Panzerwerfer coming down, kills the sniper! Sorry, you had 28 kills. Not anymore, you don't. And it does hurt the 6-pounder as well. So that's a good double win. Wait, what the hell? Panzerwerfer gets knocked out by something. I think it was the Cromwell. Oh my god. So Sniper died, but the Panzerwerfer died. Okay. Not exactly a great win right there. But it's something to say. Oh my god, don't lose the Ostrupen too. Oh, he might run into the mine. Wait, Railway coming in right on top of it. He'll keep him back. Panzer IV is pushing on in. Again, no mines in the vicinity. They might try to kill the 6-pounder at the very least, or dive the armored car. The other 6-pounder is on standby. Nope, they killed it. Again, they killed the 6-pounder. Again, you can't exactly move up the 6-pounder with Railway coming in. That'll give the Panzer IVs a brief moment to lay upon these MG and also infantry section with some fire. Cromwell could move in, but yeah, he's not getting support anytime soon, so the Panzer IV could very quickly turn the tide. There is a mine here, but Cromwell getting very lucky bouncing, penetrating where the Panzer IVs bounced into or missed. Right now, VonIvan in a sticky situation. Not a ton of resources. Railway was good to keep him at bay. And while Quinitz did lose quite a bit of his men in that push, VonIvan lost his Panzerwerfer, which was, again, why in this situation. With more armor, again, Quinitz did a very good job. Panzer IV pushing on in, trying to do what he can at the moment. Luckily, does drop in pack and additional MG support. Panzer IV by itself now dealing with a PyroShark equipped infantry section. Luckily, Panzer IV gets a decent shot of health, but the armored car and Cromwell are close in proximity while the other Panzer IV is getting repairs. By God, if I have to be honest right now, VonIvan is down, especially with a Comet currently being manufactured. It's anyone's game. VonIvan still can turn it, especially with some good Panzerfaust and some other maneuvers. But with the armor and his current anti-tank capabilities, right now Quinitz is the one in the lead. Especially by Quinitz placing mines and such. We saw Quinitz do very well as the British in the first game, and that is ever so present in this game. VonIvan did very well in the middle game, but now we're getting toward the later portion of that game, and while VonIvan did upgrade to the Heavy Panzer Corps, he has yet to get any long-lasting heavy armor like a Panther or Brumbar. And I think a Brumbar might have been slightly better, all things considered. But this is where we're at right now. And at least it did kill the sniper, so I'll give credit where credit's due. But now we're about to deal with a Comet. And I highly, highly doubt those Panzer IVs can deal with a Comet head-on. So we'll see. Again, but if anyone can turn it, we'll see. But Quinitz is doing a fantastic job of keeping on the pressure. Right now, previously VonIvan had time. Now he doesn't. He has to make sure he keeps one VP under his control, because if he doesn't, he's going to lose via VP points. He is down almost, what, 2.5 to 1? It's damn close. But, yeah, we'll see. Right now, Comet is on standby, waiting on the left-hand side. He's being equipped with war speed, which would allow him the ability to bum rush the Panzer IVs if they tried to escape. But again, Quinitz is winning, but that could also throw him through a loop if he dives and throws away his armor, because he doesn't necessarily have enough to just get a new Comet. Not likely. MG just making the slow turn, and it's like, and run. He has a Pack 40 on the front. Pioneers going on in. We have Ostrupen going in, decapping the point, but the Comet could make quick work of the Ostrupen. Never mind, he misses. Ostrupen using its increased ability. Using... Oh my God! The Comet can't shoot it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, infantry section pushing on in. Railway, in effect, hitting this overall area, keeping the a lot of the units at bay, including the 6-pounder, and out of position. That might allow him to pick off some infantry while all the additional armor are back. Can he do so? We'll see. Right now, a lot of, VonIvan's own infantry got hit by the infantry section on the push. Again, something happened as well. Right now, Rail Engineers pushing on left. MG trying to delay the infantry section. Pushing on in with a grenade. Oh, Gammon Bomb! Get out of the building! Can he do it in time? Oh my God! With a millisecond left, the MG gets out of the building. Whew. Very, very close. The MG does escape. Panzer IVs as well managed to pull on back. And overall, yeah. British making a slow push across the board after doing some nice shots across the bow at VonIvan. Luckily, it looks like VonIvan still has a decent force, but he needs something. He might be saving up for a Panther. That would be a good use of a way to counter. So, we'll see. FG section, again, still doing pretty well. Let's see, double checking. 11 kills, 5. FG section have 32 kills, 16. 30 and 22. Hot damn, these infantry section have done wonders on the battlefield right now. Ostrupen, while veteran C3, a little different story. We have another Panzerwerfer on the front. Oh, no. Okay. Alright. VonIvan, I trust you. It's going to be a hell of a wild ride. But I trust you, man. Let's see how things go. Sniper moving on into play. Gets a great shot on the MG. While they just wait. Austrian capturing the left. 79 VP points. It's 4-1 with the VPs, roughly. Wait, push on the right. Cromwell slowly advancing. Panzer IV crippled after some shots from the 6-pounder. Does manage to get back to base. Panzerwerfer on the field. MG is down for the count. And right now, VonIvan being slowly pushed back, trying to go and get the MG back. He does manage to, but can he get back in time? Gavin bomb being thrown, but Austrian just walking past it like, I'm sorry, you were trying to hit me with that? Kind of a waste, man. But hey, Quinitz has the resources to waste. Comet in a great position right now to possibly finish off the Austrian. Down to one model. Can the Comet finish it off? No, luckily the brush save it. Panzer IV and Pak 40 in a position to counter. Let's see if he's able to drive the British back to base. Oh god, that piece of wood went flying. Oh Jesus Christ. Panzer IV knocking out the British heavy cover, trying to force him back, but the other Panzer IV is still knocked out. He's gonna lack a lot of firepower, but he's still trying to give it his all. Pak 40 lined up, but the Comet's opening fire from a great vantage point where the Pak 40 can't shoot him. Pak 40 returning fire. Does pen the Comet, forcing him back. Panzerwerfer did fire on something. Did get some shots, but I don't see any kills. Infantry section are all four still there at Veteran C3. Austrian grabbing the left. We may see VonIvan have to gamble a charge, which would be horrifying in his situation. That would be utterly terrifying to charge all of this British equipment. Especially because he doesn't have the necessary men. But he might. He might need to. Even at a weakened state, VonIvan might have to do a last effort push. Will he succeed? Will he manage to do it? That we're gonna find out, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna have to push for mid. Right now there's a machine gun there, so he's gonna have to go around. He might make an attempt to push right, but I don't think he has the time to. I think he's gonna have to push mid. Pak 40 is in position to hold back a lot of armor. Panzer IV is healed up to the best of its ability. He only has he has less than probably 30 seconds to take mid. Alright. Let's see what you got, VonIvan. Quinitz, let's see what you got on defense. Pak 40 out of, so far not out of position, but out of range to hit the Comet or armored car. Position being hit by the infantry section. Panzer IV pushing on in. Where's the 6-pounder? It is currently looking along the far right-hand side for a push in that regard. Almost 10 points remaining. Do or die. Panzerwerfer coming on in. Can it decide? It does not take out the MG. God damn. One thing needed, and he can't even get that. 6-pounder lining up a shot on the Panzer IV. Pioneers knocked out by the Vickers crew. Decrewed. Can we get some Panzerfaust in? Pak 40 repositioning, not able to fire. Panzer IV firing on the back end of a Comet. Does get rear armor hit. Stug coming on in, but the Panzerwerfer dies via base rush. Hold on. Cromwell may have overextended himself. Stug blocking his retreat. Panzer IV trying to finish him off. This may be able to do it. Stug going on in. Can we get it? Yes! Cromwell's down. Turning to fire on the armored car and the Comet. VonIvan has momentum, but can he hold mid? MG keeping him suppressed for the time being. Panzer IV backing on up. Comet trying to hit the MG. A lot of equipment and stuff has been down on VonIvan's side, but hold on, even including his Pioneer, which will delay his repair action for a time. But for a moment, for a brief moment, VonIvan has achieved a small victory. Can he defeat the sniper though and hold mid is his next key objective. Infantry section and sniper on the back end and retreating back to British base. Austrian taking mid, and somehow, someway, VonIvan keeps this game alive for another moment. He may not win it, but he keeps victory, at least the light at the end of the tunnel, within sight. Ostrupen at least getting in there, not to necessarily kill anything, but I'm assuming keep the 6-pounder at bay, which had to pull on back because of the Ostrupen. He grabs the point, and right now, through sheer determination, he will hold on. But will he keep this going? Probably not, but it's nice to dream. Quinitz coming back with a second Comet. That's a lot of armor coming his way, but it will take some time to repair the first Comet, back up to full operational status. Right now, Panzer IV, both of them need healing. At least one in a better position. A lot of our infantry coming on in. Ostrupen in a weakened state. MG as well. Panzer IV trying to hold back the sniper. No Panzerwerfer to save the day. Ostrupen very low, needs to pull on back. Does manage to. Panzer IV misses against the infantry section. Trying to hold out. There's an MG over here preventing infantry section from pushing in that angle. Sniper focusing on the MG. There's a second MG. Smoke being dropped on it. Ostrupen coming up to the front. Trying to hold out. Panzer IV almost healed, but it might be too late. But now we're in a situation where Quinitz has to send men to capture the midpoint, which VonIvan knows he's going there, which hopefully might allow him an opportunity to get a kill or two. But right now it looks like VonIvan's losing a lot more. He's holding on. Ostrupen is doing what it can to hold mid, even if he might lose it. More Ostrupen coming on in with a Stug and Panzer IV coming in to assist. Ostrupen, though, taking a lot of heat. Panzer IV is moving on in, but taking heat from that AT fire from the 6-pounder, hitting the Panzer IV. Pioneers coming on in to stop it. Infantry section taking a lot of hits. Stug down. Right now, a big push from the Comets along the right-hand side. Pioneers, though, do manage to push and actually de-weaponize the infantry section, going on in, firing with their Bren gun against it. Big push with the Comets along the right. Pack gun looking the wrong way, though. Wait, sniper gets killed by the Pioneer squad. Comets being pushed back. Pack gun repositioning itself to push back the Comets. Stug did die, but that being said, the sniper is taken on out, and the Pioneers will hold against all odds and hold on to mid. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I will probably lose my voice today, but I will lose my voice for a glorious cause as the Ostrupen charge against 6-pounder, forcing it back. The Comets returning fire, but on the move makes it unlikely to hit its target. MG setting up in mid to hold the line. Quinitz, though, having a lot of reserves, deploying more men. Ostrupen hitting the MG from the side. Oh my god, great shot. I almost thought he lost the entire squad, but no, they phased together. Infantry section coming back. VonIvan does not have the men, but he does have railway, and he can call that in on the mid to stop them from capping it if need be. But it looks like we might see the Comet push left and decrew the building, I'm assuming. Railway being called in exactly where I thought on mid. A lucky railway shot could reduce the viability, or reduce the infantry from taking it. But infantry section pushing on in, trying to decrew the pack. Panzer IV need repair. Second Panzer IV need to repair. And at least the railway will delay him from capping the point. But the British instead are going to use the opportunity to grab all the territory around the midpoint, including the Comet going left. Ostrupen pushing on in. Pack gun on standby. Pioneers need to get the Panzer IVs back in action. Ostrupen doing what they can with what they got. MG setting on up to deal with the infantry section, but there's a lot of it pushing on in. Comet dealing with the MG on left with infantry section pushing there. He will have to deal with multiple threats in multiple areas. VonIvan now have to deal with an MG going to capture mid. British, god damn it. Well, British infantry section currently being run over by a determined Panzer IV, but being hit by the 6-pounder nonetheless. Panzer IV taking a great shot on the Vickers, but it may not be enough. It's decrewed. If the left side is decrewed, which it may be, Vickers is dead, or at least the MG is dead on the left. Panzer IV is moving in to counterattack the Comet on left. Infantry section going in to get mid. I don't see how we can knock out that position. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think this game is done. Panzer IV is making one last blitz right to the Comet. Misses the Vet 3-1, dealing damage to that unit, but alas, 6-pounder I think knocks out the Panzer IV on the right-hand side. And with one last shot, the infantry section does die, but it's not enough, and VonIvan does lose the game, and Quinitz will continue. A hell of a game, a decisive game for Quinitz, and a good game for VonIvan. But alas, a decisive loss for VonIvan nonetheless. Good job to both players. What a game. Fantastic work. Seriously, VonIvan, a lot of players would have given up. You did not, and I give you full credit for holding out to the very end. And it honestly looked like with a sense of victory was within sight. But alas, Quinitz got his things together. He's like, okay, he regrouped. He didn't send his men off to die, and he reorganized his men and played a decisive counterattack to make you sure you lost this game. Good job. Great job with the infantry section. Good job with the Panzer Force fighting better armor. Also, good job with the 6-pounder on the British angle, because Quinitz, again, he could have charged up his men, but no. I mean, he did knock out the Panzerwerfers, and it was some good dive attempts on his part, but he did do a very good job making sure the 6-pounder had excellent vantage points on the Panzer Force and on the Stug, whereas VonIvan never got a great shot on killing Quinitz's AT. And oh my god, that KD, Jesus Christ. Great, 287 kills with Quinitz on that regard. Oh my god. Jesus. And yeah, units lost, not too bad. Osttruppen, you could count on them to an extent, but Vet 5, Vet 3, 5-man infantry section are beasts, and unfortunately, they did a really good job. But anyway, 141 kills from the infantry section. Did a fantastic job at holding the line. Thank you to everyone in chat, by the way, for your cast. And thank you for your comments. Yeah, also the armored car lasted quite a long period of time. Panzer Force, 30 kills. They did what they could. But it was an uphill battle, even for VonIvan. Unfortunately, Quinitz dominated that game, so it looks like we know who's versing Kimbo. Hello everyone, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons Joey G240, Little Koosh, Milam, Ace, Anton, Bishara, Ion, PyroShark, Jakub Ocwieja. Thank you guys so very much for your amazing support. You guys are incredible. Thank you to everyone who watches. It's been Greyshot17 and his incredible patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.